For me, I have similar I have similar kind of themes as well because I also have a 12th house sun. And I think for me, I did also spend a lot of time on my own, a lot of isolation. My sun is in Aries, but it does sit in the 12th house and it's not conjuncting anything. I don't think I've sat in there, but it's way too early. Anyway, what was I saying? Hold on. My brain just did a little sun in the 12th. Yeah, it affected me because it gave me a lot of periods on my own where I just was isolated and I had to learn in my childhood to entertain myself and be on my own a lot because I was not looked, okay, I don't want to say like I wasn't looked after and I had nothing. I just was on my own all the time. Like an adult may have been around in the area, but I was on my own a lot and I had to entertain myself a lot. And because it's such a daydreamy house, that does support you being on your own, but it gets escapist, and that's the house. And so because I was alone a lot, I had too much time to sort of think. And I think that served me a lot creatively because I've been writing ever since I learned how to use a pen. And it helped me in that way. It helped me to be creative, helped me think of ideas, but also it made me disconnected from reality to some extent. So talking to other people felt like I was being grounded in reality too much. And I was used to being like way up here. And so I would get easily drained really quickly when I talk to people and I'd wonder, what's wrong with me? And because it adds that sensitivity. But also another thing is because it's a house of disillusionment, I feel like it takes away an ego. And as Tano touched on it, you kind of feel like you don't have a solid sense of self sometimes. You have to invent one. And Piscean energy loves to have multiple facets to it. People think Gemini is the one that has multiple faces. Gemini might just have two distinct personalities. That's no shade to Geminis, or it is, I don't care. But Pisces will have 12, 24, 96, all these different, and a new one will pop up and they'll
ever-changing dynamic. Yes. Like there's a freedom of expression and a mutability. And they are the final. Not only are they the final zodiacal sign, they are the final mutable energy. So that makes them super flexy.
Yes.
Super flexy.
They're a compilation of every energy, basically. And so I think it can complicate you having a strong sense of self or a strong fixed identity because it is not fixed energy. And I think I used to overthink my identity. I'd be like, am I faking who I am?
Yes.
Am I being someone I'm not because I'm choosing to express myself like this today? But it was true to who I was at the time. And that's something I learned as I got older, that I just have to accept myself as I am in that moment, as long as I'm being true to who I am. And I'm not lying to anybody. I'm not pretending I feel a different way or I see things differently. But maybe I'm a little bit more whimsy today. Maybe tomorrow I'm a little bit more short, or I want to retreat a little bit more, or I want to be a little animated.
Continue, finish your sentence. I'm good. I just want to interject.
So yeah, I think it interrupted. No, I didn't interrupt anything. I think it actually, in a weird way, it helped me learn myself, but in a roundabout way. It wasn't linear where I'm like, okay, I have this era of this personality. I have this era of this. I tried multiple personalities at the same time in multiple eras. So there's truth to who I was if you knew me at 10. There's truth to who I was at 16. And parts of that are still core within me, but I've also added things to the catalog. And even those things that are added, I think if you did know me before, you'd be like, actually, I could see how that developed in her because the echo of that was there somewhere. And I was different people depending on who you knew me and where you knew me from. I'm very good at compartmentalizing, and all of my friends are not really similar at all. Like everybody, there might be core similar values, but everybody looks different, has a different backstory, has different ways of expressing themselves, different way they come across. Like I love to collect people. And I think there's like a weird traveler energy about the 12th house sometimes because it's astral travel, but it can also mean foreign lands.